42 of WZRD Radio. I'm your host, Witch Bess, and I am so hype for today's interview. Get it? Hype? I'll be talking with Aguamenti, Wizard Rock's very own Hypewix. Let's get the energy up with MC Creature and My Precious.
This kitchen cabinet's my inhabitants. I keep scraps of happy memories that haven't happened since.
Kinda got something I can't put my finger on. With you around my neck, I'm just strong. I'm like, bring it on. You're much more than just a Horcrux. I feel the force when we touch, a real source of good luck. Plus, you're my bling, you're my fashion statement. The last thing I have in this world that's sacred. The last thing my master gave me is a keepsake. So I'ma hold you tight and let the beat break like... Something I can't really define. You start a certain spark in my mind and in my heart I'm convinced I'm invincible sometimes. I got the strength of 12 house elves combined, or just a couple dozen more to be sure, but who's counting? I'm like the unstoppable grop. I move mountains. I'll sweep every day of the week with no sleep. You complete me completely. You make my heart beat like... Something electric about you, extra magnetic. I'll never forget how I met you. Now check it, it was way back. Rewind the playback. My master asked for a brave act. Now fade to pitch black in the back of a cave. Trapped like a rat in a cage as a slave, I crave that. See, Voldemort sorta ordered me to be his guinea piggy. Figured he would see what the poison liquid triggered in me. I took a deep breath, embraced death. Then I saw your face in the depths of the basin, just wasting away. My heart leapt, the beat started to race. You're all I had left. I was blinded by the light, reminded of the diamond necklace shining bright on my mistress's neck in the middle of the night. For me it was love at first sight. I decided to fight for the new love of my life. It's like... Something that fits right like a glove. I caught you like a bug, some may call it love. You're indestructible, I couldn't break you apart. Instead I just stuck to you and let you break into my heart. And then Mendungus Fletcher had to come and get you and treat you no better than a cheap piece of treasure. And so depression set in, I started second guessing every move I'd made in my life like an etch a sketching. Then Harry Potter brought me a locket, pulled it from his pocket, said he thought I should rock it. So now I got a replica on my neck of you. I'll protect you forever, much respect to you. You got that magic, I got to have it. You light my fire, you're my one true desire, my precious, precious.
It is not our abilities that show what we truly are. It is our choices. If you want proof why you belong in Gryffindor, then I suggest you look more closely at this.
Godric Gryffindor.
I'm the witch that you've been talking about, the boy who lived that you can't live without. I'm the wizard you've been waiting for. I have you bowing to your knees, I have you begging for more. You probably thought I wouldn't get this far. You thought I hit him in a flying car. You probably thought that I'd never escape the full of one more
explode. Put your wand down, we don't need spells. There's a way you now, I'm gonna let you go. Can't believe the thing you said. I wish you and your friends were dead. If I could end you right now, I swear I'd find a way how to pull it off without some mentors kissing me. Now that you're all covered in mud, damn right I'm a fucking mud blood pal.
Hogwarts doesn't judge to which your mind will go. I'm getting too old.
That was MC Creature with My Precious, The Cruciatus Curse, and Gryffindor. This Is My Nightmare singing Muggle Dueling Club, and the Bandon Banshees with Free Tuition. My Precious was a special request from my excellent patron Jeff. He wants Melanie to know that you are precious to me, to Juliana, and all the people who love you most, especially your husband with the deep, mighty voice. And now, let's get to the interview. Welcome to the show, Ash. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, it's a blast. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm so stoked we finally get to talk. You are a newer member of the rock community from the Renaissance rather than the original era. Can you tell me a little bit about your history with Wizard Rock?
Oh man. As a teenager and probably like 04, 05, I found I think it was the Parcel Mouths on MySpace, and it kind of launched into everything. I tried writing Wizard Rock then, but just some things happened with family and kind of couldn't do it anymore. But yeah, I've been around and following Wizard Rock since almost the beginning. Took a few years off, came back, and now I'm an artist and recording, and that's a lot of fun.
What made you take the plunge to start recording?
Actually, my lovely wife, she said if you like doing it, do it. So I did, and I took the jump, and I love it. It's fun.
Is she a Wizard Rocker as well?
No, she is definitely not a Harry Potter fan at all. I tried to get her to read the books. She got almost halfway through Goblet of Fire, so at least she read 3 of them, but she was probably one of the first people that was like, hey, the stuff with JKR is a little iffy. So yeah, she's not a big fan, but appreciates where I come from with it.
How Airplanes Fly has the same problem. His wife isn't a fan either. You could start a support group.
There we go. Maybe that's what we need to do.
So, why did you choose Aguamenti as your stage name?
Okay. So, I didn't have a name, and I was writing a song, and I still have it. I haven't recorded it. I have a beat made and everything for it, but it's called Pickup Lines, and it's all Harry Potter pickup lines. And I really want to record it, and I was like, oh, like Aguamenti, like to get a little dirty, it makes you wet. And so that's where it comes from.
I hope we get to hear that one day.
Yeah, maybe a hidden track, maybe someday.
That would be fun.
Definitely. This album that I'm trying to make is I've taken songs off, I've put songs on, and then I'm like, maybe I'll just throw that one in as a hidden track. So maybe.
I can't wait to hear more about that a little bit later, but I don't want to do any spoilers, so
Yeah.
I'm going to resist the urge to ask. You mentioned the JKR fully coming into her transphobia. Is that affecting your relationship with the genre, the fandom?
Definitely, I go back and forth. Like, I love Harry Potter and I love the fandom that it's created, especially Wizard Rock. It's so supportive, but it kind of puts me in a rock and a hard place. It's like, I love this thing. It was so part of my life. Like, I've read those books 80 plus times each one of them, and was growing up as they were being published, so I was like a part of that waiting period to get them, and so there's that excitement that's attached to it. But then there's the transphobia and the bigotry, and it just kind of taints it a little bit. I haven't picked up one of my books since, unless I'm referencing it for something. But to sit down and enjoy, it's tough to do nowadays, just because she's tainted so much with her opinion.
What keeps you here? What makes you stay?
Fandom. The Wizard Rock community, definitely. Man, I just have such a big love for it, and there's a point in time where it's no longer hers and it's ours. Like, we built the fandom. I've said that plenty of times. Like, I've helped build the fandom. I remember, like role playing on forums when those were a thing back in the day, and like Warner Brothers' old Harry Potter site that had like little mini games on it and all that kind of thing. And so there's nostalgia attached to it for me. And it was my safe place growing up. I grew up in a pretty conservative Christian household, and there were a lot of things I wasn't allowed to be. And so I got to do that within the Harry Potter books and got to kind of learn a little bit more about the world. And even though JKR is ruining it a little bit, but it helped me on my journey to like find out who I was and who I am and who I will be if I will, quote one of my songs. So yeah, it just to create a supportive group, a supportive place in fandom that fans can come that isn't necessarily tainted from her bigotry and her transphobia, and creating a safe space of like, yeah, I'm non-binary. I consider myself trans. Like, I'm still a fan. You can be too, and creating that space for others to enjoy.
For me, it's more important than ever. If you want to be a Harry Potter fan, you have to be vocally an activist at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree with that.
So to bring it back a little, I know that's a tough subject for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
My patrons had a few questions for you.
Let's do it.
Starting with, which of the book characters would you most want to freestyle with?
I think the Weasley twins would be a lot of fun. I also thought that Aragog would be pretty interesting. He's a pretty intelligent being. Sees things that normal people don't in the Forbidden Forest, and I thought that would probably be something, a little flavor to bring into something. But I think the Weasley twins for sure, Fred and George, would be fun.
Enthusiastic, for sure.
Definitely.
Aragog is a fascinating answer.
Yeah.
I wonder if the clicky acromantula language lends itself really well to rhythm and flow.
I kind of wondered that the same. Like, I listen to a lot of like German rap and French rap, and while I don't understand any of the language because I don't speak it, it's really interesting how it like coincide. Like how they rap is so interesting in their other language. So I could just see it being similar with the clicky noises, but who knows? I think he would be an interesting one though. He sees things that we don't see.
My patrons were also curious, who would make the hottest mixtape?
Of characters? Oh, I'd probably say Blaze Zambini.
How do you reckon?
He's kind of like cool, calm, collected, kind of keeps to himself for the most part, and I could just see him like busting out something really, really cool.
Also, I am so far out of my genre depth here. These words mean almost nothing to me. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. It's like, I don't know who I asked. I think it was, I can't remember who it was. I'm like, yeah, I want to try and do a Wizard Rock cipher with a whole bunch of bands. And so it's like you take 16 bars and you freestyle over a beat and then you pass it along to somebody else to freestyle. And so I thought that would be fun, but like
round robin writing?
Almost, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There, you're getting it. You got it. So, yeah, something similar to that would be fun.
Okay, so if you got a group of characters together to do a cipher, who would you pick?
Ooh, I'd say Luna Lovegood, because that would be fun. I think Gilderoy Lockhart would be interesting, because he'd make it all about him, and that would be fun. Or he'd just, have somebody else write it for him, and then a little memory charm. It's no biggie. Luna, Gilderoy. I would love to hear Molly Weasley. Yeah, that would be fun. And like Hagrid, that'd be a fun one too.
Molly's a Celestina Warbeck jazz fan. I can't imagine what that would sound like.
Hip hop and rap has roots in jazz, so she'd fit right in.
You make a compelling argument.
I try.
To continue the theme, Muggle rappers who would give wizard rap the energy it deserved. Who would do it best?
Have to say Mac Miller. He's one of my favorite rappers. He's just got this sense of style and like rhythm and flow in his words, and just like storytelling is so masterful. Then I think Del the Funky Homo Sapien. He puts on a really good show, and if no one knows who Del the Funky Homo Sapien, he does all the rapping on the Gorillaz albums. So like the rapping on the track Clint Eastwood by the Gorillaz, he does that. But I've seen him live before, and he's just like a primo performer.
And you think he'd lean into the Harry Potter theming?
Oh yeah, I definitely think he would. He's just this really creative individual, and there are some songs that are really funny that he has, some that are like really serious and kind of out there, and he just is kind of a weird dude, but I think he would really encompass it. And then the other rapper I could think of, he's like not a super big name rapper. His name is Louse the Cat. He's a British rapper, and he already raps from a persona of a street cat. And so I think that would be really interesting to see how that would work out.
Too bad he wasn't already in Wizard Rock for the cat-themed album, Totally Canuts put together.
Right. I definitely have taken some inspiration and want to do like a themed album, something like that, through like Crookshanks's eyes or something. It'd be fun.
Crookshanks the rapper?
I mean, he's gone off with Sirius. He does all his other things he wants to do. I think it would be a fun time.
I think in fandom he's always portrayed as very sarcastic.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
We're going to pause here for some music, but don't go away. I'll be right back with more Aguamenti. Here's Mudblood with She's a Keeper.
Well, I'm not one for seekers, they're much too hard to find. Nothing against chasers, I guess they just aren't my type. Leaders always scared me, but I found this girl I like. She might just be a keeper, I think I got it right this time. And she said, what do you think about you and me getting a drink? It hugs me, my heart's about to beat out of my chest. Wrinkled your nose when you looked at me, it wasn't earwax. Every flavor bean we laughed until the tears fell from our eyes. So I think I'm gonna try. Keep this one, yeah, she's so fine. Nothing in this world's gonna change my mind. No basilisk, no boggart beneath the sky. She's a keeper, and the best part is that she's mine. So dull and gray, but then you came like a Patronus. Hey, I'm so glad You chased the cold away, and we sat out by the lake, and you were late to your Quidditch game. Apologized, but all you did was smile.
Hey, Gordon, he's looking for an opening. He has to dodge that bludger. He has a teammate. Oh, here he goes. He's going up. He's going in. Watch for the keeper. Oh, there's the closer.
Keep this one. Yeah, she's so fine. Nothing in this world's gonna change my mind. No basilisk, no bogger beneath the sky. She's a keeper, and the best part is that she's mine. And if she ever decides to leave, that'd be the end of me. I'll take a Capringo shower. That's a spell that shoots flames. Or leap from the top of the astronomy tower. I'm gonna keep this one. Yeah, she's so fine. Nothing in this world's gonna change my mind. No basilisk, no bogger beneath the sky. She's a keeper, and the best part is that she's mine. Keep this one. Yeah, she's so fine. Nothing in this world's gonna change my mind. No basilisk, no bogger beneath the sky. She's a keeper, and the best part is that she's mine.
so hard to know that tomorrow could be your final stand. But I always kept on keeping on down to the promised land.
That was She's a Keeper by Mudblood, Shrieking Shack Disco Gang by the Shrieking Shack Disco Gang, and The Last Days of Bones by Edgar and the Family Bones. Now back to the interview. So tell me a little bit about your song creation process. You are fairly unique in Wizard Rock at the time.
So sometimes I get like little snippets of things, like a couple lyrics pop into my head and I'm like, oh, let me like put that in my phone, come back to it, or I'll make a beat and I'm like, oh, I know exactly what I want to say on this. I know what I'm going for, but it's kind of a little random for me. Just like inspiration hits when inspiration hits and I take it when I can get it.
You sometimes post on Twitter and Instagram snippets of like the backing tracks you're creating. How?
So a lot of the time, the beats that I create and the backing tracks I do just on my phone, like on my break or my lunch at work. And then they get like more fully fledged out, as I'm like, oh, I like really want this particular sound to come through. And I don't know, I like to play around with my GarageBand on my phone and on my iPad, and it's just kind of like whatever sounds good, I'm gonna just create. There's not like really a process with the beat making unless I'm really specific. For instance, when I covered RAB from Totally Canuts, I had a really specific beat I wanted to use for that and tweaked it a little bit, and really depends on how I want to use it. And if I have a specific idea, I get a little bit more creative, but otherwise it's just like stuff that sounds good in my head and I'm like, okay, let's do it, and then record it.
So you have a GarageBand app on your phone.
Yeah.
It sounds like the beats and the lyrics are completely disconnected from each other.
Sometimes it really depends. Like, for instance, on the sampler, I don't even remember which one it was. I think it was the Our House, which I think was last year's. I can't remember. My brain.
Might have been 2019.
Something like that. We'll figure it out.
It's fine. It's whatever. You can find it at wizardrock.bandcamp.com and tell us how we got it wrong.
Exactly. Please tell me how I got it wrong. But the song I'm Magic, like I had a particular vibe I was going for. Like I wanted something that was really upbeat, and especially in response to JKR's transphobia. Wanted something that was, we're all angry, and there's varying songs on that sampler that are like angry, and I wanted something that was more of like, I'm going to celebrate me in this, and I don't care what she says. And so I was trying to go with like a really summery, happy type beat.
That makes a lot of sense to me because by nature I am drawn to happy, summery, upbeat, and I've been listening to iMagic a lot lately.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
There's something about the line, "Those books made me hella gay," that just, like, keeps drawing me back to listen to it again and again. You deliver it with such zest.
It's true. They did make me hella gay on top of like other things, but that was the main thing.
So, for other folks who might be wanting to get into the wizard rap game, what would you tell them? Download GarageBand?
Yeah, download GarageBand or any kind of other beat making software. There's a lot out there. And just even if you don't make beats, you can find things that you can use for free, like on SoundCloud or even on YouTube. Sometimes I don't like really recommend that, but to get started to like understand how writing lyrics can go on the beat, the cadence, and things like that is really helpful. And then just start writing. Before I started writing raps, I was writing poetry, and that's really where it starts out. Been writing poetry since forever.
What encouragement would you give someone who maybe had did some writing, maybe was thinking about recording, maybe wasn't very confident in putting it out there?
I say just do it. You know, I talk a big game and I have a lot of confidence, but I'm really actually a pretty shy person. And like, if you were to meet me on the street, I'm just like really quiet, really like fly on the wall kind of person, like to watch people, watch things. But yeah, just do it. Just make it because if you think it's bad, somebody's going to love it. With Wizard Rock, there isn't really a bad song. We're very DIY, and I really like that. And so, yeah, just do it, you know. Even if you don't publish it publicly, but you want somebody to hear it, send it to them and see what their opinion is and just go for it. I think that's the best advice I could give.
Yeah, I think the best thing that the DeGeorges gave Wizard Rock was that punk DIY ethos, where nothing was polished. It was just, two guys who mostly knew how to play a guitar, just having fun.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Definitely have fun with it. That's what it's about.
Could they send you their bars?
Hell yeah.
Could someone start a rap beef?
Ooh, I'm not going to do it.
We need someone to step up, challenge Aguamenti, reach higher heights.
Maybe that's what we need is like a battle album, like a compilation of just artists battling each other and people can vote.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Yeah, it would be.
I hope we get lots more rappers now and make this happen.
Yeah, it would be nice not to be one of the lone stars in Wizard Rock. I love seeing what people create, and so it'd be cool to see more.
So you, as we mentioned, have been teasing a bit, but you're working on a lot of stuff these days. What do you have? What's coming up?
As you know, because I've sent you a couple things, I'm working on my album. I had to take a break for a little bit working on it just for mental health reasons. And now that my mental health is getting back up to track, I am feeling more creative than ever. I am like re-recording some songs. I've taken songs that I wanted to be on the album now off the album to replace them with things that I'm more happy with. Yeah, I'm just really excited. I don't necessarily have an album name yet, but I'm leaning towards Hype House. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, and yeah, I'm really excited to release it when it's all finished.
Do you have an end date in mind? Maybe this year, maybe next year?
Definitely this year. I'm hoping spring.
So exciting.
Not very far off, only a couple months.
Yeah, and y'all, as they did say, I have heard some of this in advance, and it's really good.
It's got me excited.
So the songs you're pulling off, are you going to release them as singles or save them for another album?
Probably release them as singles or like, on a compilation type album, things like that. They'll get released eventually, but they just needed a little polishing.
Comps do seem to be making a comeback as a main way to release Wizard Rock.
Yeah, I like being on an album with a whole bunch of different kinds of music, and then you listen to like expecto my fist, and then, dots and lines, and it's super chill. And then there's me, and then there's like a bunch of other people. It's so interesting to see what people come up with and how it's expressed. I really dig it.
Do you think you'll be doing the sampler again this year?
Definitely.
It's time for our final music break, beginning with The Vanishing Cabinet and The Last Marauder.
Will you be my Horcrux tonight so I can give some of my soul to you? I might as well be under Imperious, 'cause I'd do anything for you. I need a pensive, 'cause my head is getting filled with thoughts of you. I look into the mirror of every set and I see me and you. Girl, if you were a basilisk, you know I wouldn't mind dying just to look into your eyes. Do you want to learn to speak drone? 'Cause I bet I can get you grunting in no time. I'm a goblin, won't you let me stroke your vault? Ooh, I have no invisibility cloak, girl, but I'll make sure that your restricted section is mine. And I've been whomping my willow
so strong, is strong. Spell won't tell you. I lost my power to speak it. I lost my power. Weaker. I lost my power to speak it. The spell I needed, the spell I needed. Expecto Patronum Incendio. Renovate. Even Repario Anaccio and Silencio. I can't start a fire. I can't heal the liar. I can't call anyone to help. I can only say Nox. I can only say Nox. Nox.
That was The Last Marauder by The Vanishing Cabinet, Mimbulus Mimbotonia and My Love is Made of Euphemisms, and Room of Whatever singing Spell. Here's the last of the interview with Aguamenti. Thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Yeah, no problem. I had a blast.
Me too. I have learned a lot, and I hope that Wizard Rappers become a slightly less rare and precious resource.
And I kind of hope more Wizard Rockers branch out into it who are already established as Wizard Rockers. I think that would be really cool to see. I know TK has the Wizard Rock swap that they want to do, and that would be interesting to see some people really switch it up.
Where can WZRD listeners find you online?
You can find me on Bandcamp at aguamenti.bandcamp.com. I have a couple songs up there, but most of my stuff is on the Wizard Rock sampler or other compilation albums. Man, there's a lot that I'm on. When I think about it, there's a couple samplers, the compilation club, the trans rock compilation. Yeah. I'm also on Twitter at Aguamenti Rock. Instagram is the same handle, and I believe Facebook is the same handle. I tend to spend most of my time on Twitter or even in the Wizard Rock Discord, so find me there.
Thank you, magical friends, for being here with us. Congratulations to Jennifer, the first patron, and Zoe, the first non-patron, to guess episode 41's theme of First Wizard Rock Songs. To misquote Zoe, how incredible were those beginnings? Those were also the last Cruciatus Curse download codes, so next episode, keep your ears open for something new. If you want more WZRD radio, then you want the website, wzrdradiopod.com. Once there, you can find the Patreon, for $2 a month, the 24-hour radio station, and the merch shop where you can pick up a Wizard Rock Lyrics notebook. If you're a social media fan, you can find your host witch on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. If you're not a social media fan, you can still contact me via email at wzrdradiopod@gmail.com or leave a comment on the transcript. And now, magical friends, here's Aguamenti.
All right, well, here's this. It's called RAB. It's a cover of Totally Canuts, and it's called the Overflow Remix.
Got lots of questions about RIB, like why I took the locket and sent it out to see what those initials stood for, whose side was on, and another question, where had his gender gone? Did it fly away, never ever to bond to the body that he had when born? Had no one asked him become the norm? Gender can't touch him, no need to perform, known as the calm before the storm. Causing confusion, won't conform, just vibing all night with quite the charm. Waving his wand, creating art. Signed, that birth Regulus knows his gender is a mystery wherever he goes. That's the way he likes it, so that's the way it stays. He and his gender have long since parted ways. Even as a seeker out on the Quidditch pitch, people always ask me, he's a wizard or a witch. When Death Eaters have to sign up and enlist, he marked his gender down as doesn't exist. Even you know who doesn't have it figured. Skilled gentlemen can't crack code of gender. Amusement and a smile at the surrender. That one could defeat this big bad wizard with simple spells of nonconformity. Stand up to Dark Lord authority. Begin the battle against purity. Nonsense, curse it into obscurity. Signed, that birth Regulus knows his gender is a mystery wherever he goes. That's the way he likes it, so that's the way it stays. He and his gender have long since parted ways. Sorted in his Slytherin, he kept his secrets well. What's on his birth certificate, he'd never tell. What the Dark Lord tried to do with his house of slave, he'd take those secrets to his dark water grave. Exuded the traits of the Hogwarts houses. Brave like a lion that's boundless, loyal to a fault like a badger, it's doubtless. Like an eagle with smart wit prowess, he's a silent hero who faced the cave. Drank the poison that crashed his brain, damn determined not to break. Even in last moments he took the blame. Signed, that birth Regulus knows his gender is a mystery wherever he goes. That's the way he likes it, so that's the way it stays. He and his gender have long since parted ways.